Sorry, just give me 1 minute. Oh, thank you so much for hitting that record button. Thank you, thank you. I gotta put my video thing going here. So I'm going to tell you guys what I'm doing right now. All right. So the streaming quality currently for Zoom is terrible. So I'm going to give you guys a trick. Streaming quality right now for Zoom is absolutely terrible. So what I'm doing right now is I am going to record myself doing this presentation from my phone also, so we can get 2 views of this, because our video editor is like, please, you got to give me better quality because your Zoom quality is trash. She's like, I cannot, this is bad. So that's what I'm doing right now. So just to give you guys a heads up, if you're like, what are you doing over there? So what I'm doing is I'm going to just put this camera angle right here. And hopefully this turns out pretty decent. All right, so we're going to start this. Okay. All right. So, and I'm actually going to do this like from the side. So it'll be really nice for like Be Real. If you guys watch a lot of Alex Hormozzi's videos, it's pretty cool because he's like, he records from the side and it looks really cool. Like it looks legit. So I'm going to do the same thing with my phone. So it's recording me from the side. Pretty cool. Yeah. Sound good? All right, let's move on. So what we're talking about today is how to make a legit accounting firm. Now, I know some of you right now are like, I don't want to be a scam artist. I don't want to feel like I'm running this scam out of my mom's basement. I don't want to feel like I don't have a business that's legitimate, right? And some of you, let me know, are you someone who wants to have a real company? The reason I bring this up is recently someone asked me, I was actually on stage and someone said, Alyssa, you always refer to your business as a company. And I'm, why do you do that? Why do you always talk about it from the standpoint of a company? And I was like, well, it is a company. Like I'm an actual S Corp, like it is a company and I'm just the CEO. And at any point, I could not be the CEO, right? I could sell this company. And so I'm building it as the company that it needs to be. I want to have a real company. So at some point it is sellable, right? Like I'm thinking about the long term as I build this. So I have behind me, right? Like there's the CEO position, there's client success and fulfillment, there's marketing, there's sales, there's operations, right? These are all parts of a legitimate company, right? I'm just filling a position. I'm just filling the role of the CEO. And so I want you guys to think about that. You're just filling the role of being the CEO. And so are you actually stepping into that role of being the CEO of the company that you're building? Are you making it a legit company, or are you just kind of being a solopreneur? Are you just being an employee? Are you just being a freelancer? I'd like you to answer that question for me, actually. Why don't you guys take a second, answer that question for me in the comments. Are you being a freelancer? Are you being an employee? Because I think that might be the answer, right? Okay, we have some people in the comments right now say, I'm being a CEO. I'm being an employee. I'm pretty much being a freelancer, right? A glorified employee, right? Okay. And so most of you want to step into the role of being the CEO. And what's awesome is I've had a lot of conversations. I actually had this really great conversation today with one of my clients, and she's actually here today. I'm not going to name who she is, but she was here today and she was feeling really burnt out. She's feeling really burnt out from this tax season. How many of you are on this call right now feeling really burnt out from tax season? Are you like, I'm exhausted? Did it take you a month to recover? It take you like a month, like you didn't even do work last week still. Like you're still like, I am exhausted. Leslie is like my star. Leslie is my star child. Okay. Yeah, some of you are still trying. You're still trying, right? And so I want to ask you right now, do you think in a legit company, do you think the CEO would still be exhausted from tax season? Right? And do you think a legit CEO, a good CEO, would treat their employees that way? Would you be happy working for a company where it took you over a month to recover? So how are you treating yourself as the CEO? Right? So you've built yourself a job as an employee where you're supposed to be the CEO. And also, you've been a really shit boss to yourself. Let's be honest. Like, kind of being a shitty boss. Right? What kind of CEO, what kind of boss do you want to be? What kind of employer do you want to be? And would you allow that same scenario to happen for one of your employees, somebody you care about? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I had any one of my employees tell me that it was taking them over a month to recover from something that they were doing, that they were exhausted, that they were burnt out, I would be massively concerned. I'd be like, oh my God, what's going on? Please talk to me. Let's find out. Do you need an assistant? Right? Do you need help? How can we support you? I ask often, how is your workload? Are you comfortable with your workload? So I want you all to ask yourself, are you comfortable with your workload? Are you comfortable right now? I bet the answer is no for a lot of you who said, I'm burnt out. Right? And so, do you think that a legitimate company that is built to last, that is sustainable, that's scalable, that's sellable, is built on burnout, is built on the systems that you're currently using? Probably not, right? And so I want you to write these things down. Scalable, sustainable, sellable. When you make decisions as the CEO, I want you to ask yourself, is the decision I'm making scalable? Is it sustainable? Can we sustain this? Right? If we grew, could we sustain the same system? Is this system sustainable? Is this process sustainable? And if we were to sell this, would this still work? Would my company still work if we were to sell it as it is? Or would I have to go with it? Right? Would your company, if you were to sell it today, still generate revenue if you were to sell it right now without you in it? And remember that the assets that you have currently are also your employees. Most people, when they buy tax businesses and accounting businesses, they also want your employees. I'm going to tell that to you right now, because that's what everyone wants. They want the structure you've built. They want the infrastructure you've built. And so your job as the CEO is to build out that infrastructure, something that's scalable, sustainable, and sellable. That's what a legitimate business is, right? So I want to break this down into little pieces, smaller tasks, right? So this is holistic, overall encompassing what makes a legitimate company. So here are some things that we need to think about. Number one, You need to think about the type of clients that you bring on. A legitimate company does not sell to every single person that has a credit card and a pulse. Right? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that's important? I need an assistant to get me a cup of coffee. Someone, coffee, please. There's no one here. Quality of clients. No one wants to buy, pain in the ass clients. Those are great answers. So a lot of these questions or a lot of these answers are more so about you, but truthfully, the reason that you should be selective and why you would only want to take on clients that are qualified is because you're only going to get results for people who are qualified to work for you, right? If you bring on anyone that has a pulse and a credit card, but they're really not qualified to get results, what's going to happen? They're not going to get results. And what's going to happen to your reputation? Wah, wah. Right? Alysa. So we can confirm that we can get them results. By bringing on only quality clients, qualified clients, you can in fact ensure and guarantee the results, right? And when you know that every client you bring in the door and that you accept as your client is going to get results, what's going to happen to your reputation? 100% client success rate, right? You should be turning away about 20% of people who get on the phone with you because they are not qualified to work with you. It's okay that people are not qualified to work with you. Like, you're not in the right position to be working with us right now, right? You're not in the position for us to bring you on as a client because you're not generating enough revenue. We couldn't get you the results that we would like to be able to get you. And so this is what we want you to do in order to be qualified to work with us. You can still get on the phone with these people, right? You can still talk to them and you can still nurture them. And that's why you do marketing. That's why you have it like a Facebook group like I do, right? That's why you continue to give away really great information. So what do you need to know to be a legitimate company? Who you get quality results for? Who do you need to talk to? Who are the type of people that you should be accepting as clients? And who should you be turning away? Who isn't qualified to work with you? Okay. Number 2. Companies who are built to last are not built around one person. Being you, right? A lot of times I see CEOs like, this company is my baby. This is all about me, right? And everyone is working around you. What I see happening is we have really shallow teams, right? Where it's like, oh, I have this other bookkeeper and this bookkeeper and this bookkeeper and this assistant and this tax person and this marketing person and this marketing person and this person over here, right? And this office manager. And then also you have all of these clients, and all those clients are also reaching out to you. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to go crazy because you're going to be like, if one more person asks me a question, I'm going to strangle them, right? I'm going to strangle you all. I can't do this anymore, right? So what I want to challenge you to do is build a narrow and deep team. Your job as a company is to build out leadership. I want you to have 3 to 4 quality leaders in your company that can manage teams underneath them, right? So you're going to have somebody who is an accounting manager, client success manager, somebody who's in charge of all client fulfillment and success, in charge of all client work. That person becomes a gatekeeper, right? They make sure that clients can't just come directly to you, right? You're the CEO. You don't get to just get on the phone with the CEO, right? They may be able to eventually schedule a call if they really need a call with you, but they'd have to talk to your client success person first, right? And so that person then might be in charge of all your bookkeepers. And maybe you have an overseas bookkeeping team, right? And so they would manage all of that, right? And maybe they have an in-house assistant that helps them with going out to ask for all of the documentation that your clients are not that great at getting to you guys, right? So that's your client fulfillment center. You have somebody who's in charge of that, somebody you trust. That person really is your number two, right? And then maybe you have a marketing department over here. And I just talked a little bit ago about the fact that a marketing department really, I think, could be maybe two people, right? I think we've kind of figured it out with two people. I don't think you're ever going to need more than two people to create omnipresence. Maybe you have some sales and onboarding, right? Maybe you have a second tax department depending on the level of tax work that you guys have, right? I know some companies are really built around tax, and so you might have specialized tax people, right? And then you have an executive assistant that helps you, right? From anything from checking your emails, checking your voicemails, going to get you coffee, whatever it is you need, right? Oh, get me coffee. I need coffee. Right? Organizing your files, whatever that person, whatever it is that you need, literally anything, pays all your bills, gives you your bank balances every single day, right? All of those higher level executive assistant jobs. So why is that so important to building a legitimate company? As the CEO, if you get sick, if you need to go on vacation, something happens to you, is your business still going to generate revenue? Is your business, is this company still going to be sustainable? Is it still going to be scalable? Is it going to be sellable? Without you, right? You want to know how to build a real company, a legitimate company? That's what you need, a shallow and deep team. You need your leadership in place, right? And you don't need 11 people reporting to you, by the way. 3, 4 of them, that's it, right? If you want to be built to last, you need to release these departments. They are not yours. You are not the tax department. You are not the accounting department. You are not the marketing department. You are not the sales department. Over time, you will need to release each one of these departments. And the way you release these departments, number one, I would strongly suggest client success and fulfillment first, while you get your marketing message down, right? Do not hand off marketing until you understand it, until you understand lead generation. This is a huge mistake I see people make. They don't understand lead generation. If you don't understand lead gen, right? You don't understand lead gen, and you hand it off to somebody else who doesn't understand lead gen, but you don't know how to understand lead gen, then y'all both are screwed, right? Then you're just paying out money to somebody who doesn't understand it while you don't understand it. And so then you're dead in the water with them, right? You need to understand lead gen. So you hand off client success and fulfillment first, because you already know that, right? You know how to make sure that looks good. Lead gen, so that's marketing, right? So now you have left sales, right? You keep doing your sales calls. Slowly, you release sales. You do not release it all at once, because if you're still doing lead gen, people are booking calls, and all of a sudden you hand over your sales calls, and suddenly somebody else is not closing any of those sales calls. You're dead in the water again, right? So you slowly hand over sales. Right? That's 3. Make sense? Those are just my suggestions based on my experience. Doesn't have to be exactly how you do it. Okay. Next, you want to be in a legitimate company? Number 3, give away information, sell implementation. Everyone is so afraid of giving away the farm. I don't want to give away the farm though. Why? Like, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to start an accounting business inside of the business that they have? Like, what do you think they're going to do? Right? Like, what you think that these business owners that are going to hire you for service, you think they're going to like start adapting all of the information somehow magically? They are not professional accountants. They are not going to do it, right? Give it away for free. You want to attract higher level people? Give it all away, right? You cannot seem as knowledgeable as the person watching the content. You have to seem more knowledgeable. You want to show up with authority? Don't hold back the information you have. Don't seem basic. If you seem basic, you're going to put yourself right here with me. Why would I hire you if I don't think that you have more knowledge and information than I do? Right? If you seem just as good as me, like, oh, this accountant, this financial professional, this CFO, they know just as much as I do. Why would I hire them to help me grow my company? If you give it all away and you give me your best stuff, right? You give me all the information you got, you give me your best stuff, I'm gonna be like, if they can implement that in my company, damn, we could go places. I got to book a call with her, him, right? Whoever. Give away the information for free, sell the implementation. Because they are not going to implement this stuff without you. How do I know? Have I given you guys a lot of information today? How many of you are actually going to go implement it without getting on a call with me and saying, Alyssa, can you help me do this? Many of you on this call right now are also my clients. And book one-on-one calls with my team, who, even though we tell you, right? We tell you, go do it, right? We say, go do it. And you're like, yeah, but hold my hand while I do it, please. Right? But how do I build out the job description, right? Where should I post the job, right? There's still so much involved. I'm going to give you all the information. I will give it to you for free. But you still want support. You want support implementing. I'm a coach. All I do is sell information, right? I don't do anything done for you. Nothing. You guys have a one-up on me, right? You actually have a service that you actually do for them. Don't be afraid to give them your best stuff via video. Give it all you got, right? All right. Finally, the next thing I'm going to give you guys, because we're coming up on time, is consistently over deliver on expectations and results. Consistently over deliver on expectations and results. You want to be a legitimate company, don't under deliver for people. That is a good way to run a company right into the ground. Right? And it seems pretty basic, yet so many people don't meet a lot of people's expectations. You all have an incredible opportunity to be the best in class, world class. How do I know? Because there are a lot of people who cannot do what they say they're going to do. Why is this? Because they're making all of this mistakes that I've talked about on this call. They are not getting help. They're burnt out. They've bit off more than they can chew because they're not hiring support, right? Because they're taking on every single person with a pulse. It's a lot easier to over deliver and exceed expectations when you have the support you need, when you have the team of leaders who have the same core values, who want to fall in line with the mission and vision that you've already developed for your company and for your team and for your clients. Develop those core values, develop that mission, develop that vision, right? There are a lot of people that are under delivering in every area of service right now. It's wild to me. I know for a fact that our coaching company is where it is today because we are one of the few who consistently over deliver and do our best to take care of our people. We take radical responsibility even when we're wrong. We're transparent even when we're wrong, right? Because we communicate. When we think we've screwed up, we are willing to own it, right? We're able to be vulnerable. And we're just consistently on a mission to be the best. If you can do that and find people to support you in doing that, you are going to be fine, right? But here's the thing, you can't do it alone. All right. Was this helpful today? I'm going to tell you guys that I don't think there are enough coaches. I don't think there are enough leaders talking about this stuff. And I plan to be talking more about this. The name of our community is Where Financial Pros Become CEOs. And so that is my plan, is I want to teach you guys to be CEOs. I want to teach you to be leaders. I want to teach you how to not just grow your business, but also how to be sustainable, scalable, and sellable. I have kind of rebranded my mission over the last few months. I've gotten a lot of clarity on what I think, where I think we can make a name for ourselves in the market. In the past, we have very much been branded as like a marketing team. And what we do is so far beyond that. And I want to make that more clear in my own marketing message. And so you're going to see us do that. You're going to see me talking about more of this leadership stuff. So I hope you're enjoying it. If you're enjoying it, if you love it, please let me know. Please let me know if this is helpful and supportive to you guys, because I know that there are a lot of accounting companies, a lot of accounting firms, a lot of CEOs that this is exactly what they need to be hearing. And there's no one, to my knowledge, not enough people talking about this. Of course, there's a few here and there, right? But there's not enough women leaders. I know Leslie Leondis and her team, they're talking a little bit more about this stuff as well. But truthfully, they're the only other team I know talking about leadership and team building and things like that. So outside of us, I don't know anyone else. And I've been building teams since I was like 22 years old. I was in charge of an accounting team of 40. And all of that, and like having these crazy epiphanies, like, oh my gosh, I was leading teams of 40 at the age of 22. I know how to help these people in a huge, massive way. I'm not just a marketer. Like, I'm really good at developing leaders, and I've been doing it for a really long time. And maybe this is the next level and the next step for me. So you guys have watched a continual evolution of me. Those of you who have been in my space for a long time. There's some people in my audience who have been around since 2019 when I first started my coaching business. And it's evolved so much. And so for all of you who are wanting to evolve, who are wanting to change, who are wanting to change your messaging and your marketing message, don't be afraid to do it. Lean in, because it's probably exactly what people need from you. And I think this is exactly what people need from me right now. And I hope that I'm right, you know? So I love you guys so much. If anyone needs more support on this, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to message me. I'm really passionate about this stuff, and I'm excited to continue to help our current clients and future clients in this space. So we'll see you guys soon. We'll be back next week. Am I on next week? No, I'm not here next week. Yes, I am. I'm on next week. I'm back next week. So I'll see you guys next week. I think I have a special guest. I have a special guest next week. We are going to be in the office next week. So I will see you guys next week. If this was helpful to you, please do me a favor. You can go write a review on the Alyssa J. Dillon business page, or just write a nice thing in the Facebook group or on your personal page, and let us know how we support you. We obviously do these calls for free. We don't ask for a lot, but if you can let us know how we're helping you, and let other people know that we are a resource to you and we can be a resource to others, we would love that. Thank you guys so much. Have a good one.